I never did anything worth doing by accident, nor did any of my inventions come by accident. They came by work. It's not that I'm so old, it's that the others are so young. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. It is not enough to do your best. You must know what to do, and then do your best. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. I never failed in mathematics. Before I was 15, I had mastered differential and integral calculus. The true value of a human being is determined by the measure and the sense in which they have obtained liberation from the self. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The only source of knowledge is experience. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. Do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you that mine are still greater. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. The only source of knowledge is experience. No problem can be solved by the same mindset that created it. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. A person who is religiously enlightened appears to me to be one who has, to the best of his ability, liberated himself from the fetters of his selfish desires and is preoccupied with thoughts, feelings, and aspirations to which he clings because of their superpersonal value. The only real valuable thing is intuition. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. The only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. You never fail until you stop trying. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. We still do not know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Time dilation is not about time actually slowing down, but rather about time itself being an illusion. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. The value of a man resides in what he gives and not in what he is capable of receiving. I am a deeply religious non-believer. This is a somewhat new kind of religion. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. The hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. The eternal mystery of the world is its comprehensibility. The person who reads too much and uses his brain too little will fall into lazy habits of thinking. I never worry about the future. It comes soon enough. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. Only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong. It is character. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. The only thing more dangerous than ignorance is arrogance. The significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. I believe that a simple and unassuming manner of life is best for everyone, best both for the body and the mind.